Welcome to another episode on our channel. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to tape anything recently because work has been so very hectic. But around the corner is Thanksgiving break and the Christmas holidays. So there'll be some relief around the corner. In the meantime, I got this from Portugal. And they were, kind enough to put stickers on it that says handle with care, I'm fragile. I mean, everywhere you think they could put a sticker, they did put a sticker. Mummy here. Another mummy. Of course, I showed you the dog already and the cat with a broken arm. But it's like it didn't. Oh, look at this. This has been. Oh, this is the worst I've seen in terms of the box. Now I'm smiling, not because I'm happy it came damaged so significantly, but I know it doesn't contain an art box. So that part is good. So I almost feel like ripping it open here, but I'll try to open it with a little more finesse. The bad thing was it also came with the tariff. But I'm into bargaining things down, so that helped too. We ought to play a game sometime and just see how much we can bargain something down on eBay. Although I didn't get this from eBay. This I got from Etsy. More on the floor there, but it comes with not bubble wrap, but these little air filled tubes. Hopefully provided enough protection. Okay. And additionally more bubble wrap. Okay. That's a lot of bubble wrap. Oh, and it's interesting too, even though this is a 3D resin, and they did paint it, they put magnets. This is the arm with the fan. So far, I'd have to say the painting looks really, really good. So let's see what we got here. They get A+++ in terms of wrapping. Okay, well that came apart. And this, I have no idea. Oh, I don't know what it is. I've never played Mortal Kombat, so we'll get a close-up of this. I have no idea if this is the companion to Katana. This is Katana, by the way. Okay, so let me get her put together. This is magnetic, so it just goes on. So, but I want to get the feet in the right position. It may be broken, but it may be magnetic. I'll have to figure that out. So we will be right back. We are back, and I am just amazed with this resin statue. The painting is absolutely breathtaking. The stand looks like it was carved, but it probably is resin. It just has that look of being carved. And if it is carved, I mean, it feels like it could be wood, but my guess it's probably resin. But if it is carved, that's a nice additional touch to the process. So this is VenSoul Studio from Portugal. And they had this nice little thing in here, and they even have a barcode over here that shows you a video of how to put the arms together. But it's pretty evident how the arms go together. They're magnetic, so that part is cool. I did find out that this is not metal. It just really looks like metal. And because it's texturized, it has the feel of metal. This I don't know if it's a Mortal Kombat little miniature, but they said they included a small gift, a random miniature to display and enjoy. And it is it's an Asian figure, very tiny figure. And I think it will look nice to, either on the stand or, yeah, on the stand, I think it will look better. The stand. Let me just turn it so you can see it. Now, I've got a little paper towel underneath it because it is a little wobbly. So that is a problem. But the stand is really absolutely cool looking. So you can see it's of a dragon, and it does have that carved look to it. I put that paper towel because it's wobbly, and I don't want it falling over if I can help it. Again, the painting is just stunning, absolutely stunning. So what we'll do now is get some close-ups from the bottom of the stand all the way up to the top of her fan, her second fan, and then we'll do some side-to-side shots and then get a close-up of her head sculpt. We'll be right back. So here is the bottom of the stand, and I've got the little random miniature here, but I wanted you to see the stand. You can see the outline of the dragon here. And hopefully I can tip it up just slightly so you can see it a bit better. Yeah, there's the dragon. It has a carved look to it, and I don't know if this is wood or resin or what have you, but it is absolutely cool looking. The little miniature is random, so you get a random miniature apparently when you get something from this particular Etsy seller. This is not from eBay, Etsy. He's got a ball in one hand. You can see probably his head, a lot of hair. So it looks like he's got a big head. He's got a hat on the back, very much Asian look. I don't know if it's to Mortal Kombat or it's just an Asian character that just kind of looks cool next to Kitana. So as we move up, you see the vibrant blues and blacks in terms of her outfit. This artist did a tremendous job on this figure. This is resin. I thought it was metal, but the paint that he used and the texturizing makes it feel like it's metal. And obviously just very delicate, fine painting that took place on this particular figure. Those two fans are just awesome looking. It really makes her look formidable. I couldn't be more pleased with this item. Except it came from Portugal, and it took a while to get here, and there was a tariff on it. Other than that, I couldn't ask for a better figure. We'll pause now and get some side-to-side shots. So we're going to do a full rotation with her so you can see her from all angles. She is absolutely amazing. And really, the resin print is fantastic, but the painting is really what makes this figure really sing. If I get another resin figure, these guys are going to be at the top, gals at the top of my list. So Kitana. We'll pause now and get a close-up of her head sculpt. We'll be right back. So here's a close-up of her face, but I really want to point out the lacing in her shirt. It almost looks like it's string, but it is resin. And to get this kind of scaffolding without any indication that there was scaffolding holding this thing together is Absolutely brilliant work. Whoever, VenSoul Studio, these creators are off the chart in terms of resin, 3D resin prints. So here are her facial features and their artistry is just breathtaking. So nice. And there you go. We are back, and here she is, Kitana. She is so very well done, is all I can say. I know the last 3D resin female that I got, and I think I've only gotten 2 over the recent months, but the one I got was like a Viking barbarian female, and the head sculpt was awful. I mean, the painting, I should say, was absolutely awful. There was some probably creative photoshopping that took place that made the head sculpt look a different way than what it actually looked like when I got it. So I was highly disappointed. The eyes were exotropia or wall-eyed, so instead of cross-eyed, it's going in an opposite direction. I tried to line them up better and then decided I just can't take this head, and was fortunate enough to get a 1/6 scale head on it, and it looked really great from that point on. I put a cape on it. I was very happy after making those adjustments. This one came fully awesome looking. So this VenSoul Studio that I got from Portugal, if I need another 3D resin figure with their painting skills and their ability to produce resin sculpts like this, highly detailed without the mistakes you typically see with resin printing, they're going to have some repeat business, is all I can say. I just have to wait until the tariffs are gone. I'm a cheapskate. I don't want to pay, I want deals. I really want deals. So anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about what I know about Kitana. And I'm only going to go to the 3rd edition of Mortal Kombat because there's a lot to learn, and I don't have time for that. But she is not the first female character in Mortal Kombat. Sonya Blade is, but she shows up in apparently Mortal Kombat 2 with Melina and Jade. Now, she was kidnapped by Shao Kahn. Her mother and she were kidnapped by him. The mother, I understand, committed suicide, as I'm guessing, and she was raised by Shao Kahn, and she thought he was her biological father, which he was not. Melina was tasked with spying on her to make sure she never betrayed him, found out, betrayed him, that sort of thing. But eventually she found out he wasn't her biological father, and Melina found out that she was going to betray them, and they fought. She killed Melina, and then she was imprisoned and was going to be executed. Somehow she escaped, and then Jade was sent with Reptile, somebody by the name of Reptile, to kill her, and somehow she was able to get Jade on her side. And I don't know what happened to Reptile. That wasn't shared in the little video I saw of it. But anyway, she was able to overthrow, with another alliance, with another group, Shao Kahn. And somewhere along the way, she was able to free the spirit of her mother. So she's a princess because of being raised by Shao Kahn. So she has access to a realm, and she has lived over 10,000 years. She has served as a protagonist as well as an antagonist but depending on what timeline you're looking at, what edition of Mortal Kombat you're looking at, but primarily, I guess, a protagonist of Chinese descent. And apparently Mortal Kombat is primarily Asian, And when I say primarily Asian, I mean Chinese and Japanese are the two central forces. There is Thai characters as well as Mongolian characters in Mortal Kombat, but primarily Chinese and Japanese. Sub-Zero, character you saw more recently, is also Chinese. That's quite a story. Anyway, she's breathtaking. I kept saying that word, but it's so true. And I'm going to do some repeat business with VenSoul Studio, but here she is, and we'll be right back. So here is Kitana from Mortal Kombat next to my artistic vision of Sub-Zero. Now, he doesn't have a mask on, but he doesn't 100% of the time wear a mask. Most of the time he does, but I didn't want to have a mask on this particular head sculpt. I thought it looked too good for that. Now, she came with the mask because she's more of a statue, 3D resin thing. So I decided to make out of pieces I could conjure up. And in retrospect, I'm kind of regret now that I got leg wraps that were white and shoes that were white, pants that were white, arm wraps that were white, gloves that were white, because that should be black. But, and if I had gotten black, that would have been more authentic to the character Sub-Zero. But since I got white and then I put these items on this guy, I went like, oh my God, he looks so good this way. And in Sub-Zero, it's winter, like cold, right? So I thought, this is a cool look. Now I do want to make a blue ice ball, because apparently he throws these things at people. And I will make one and show you how I did it. It'll cost you a few pennies if you decide to make something like that. So anyway, regardless, I think they look great together. And so I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.